Hey guys, this is Coach Alyssa from Isabella Fitness, and I'm going to take you through a workout today. Our workout today, we're going to work every 3 minutes for 15 minutes. All right, so what that means is you're going to do these 3 movements that I'm going to have you do. One is a timed movement, and then 2 of them have reps associated with them. Any extra time within that 3 minutes will just be rest. But in order to get that rest, we're going to have to work hard on those 3 to get them done in a timely manner to earn that rest. All right, so we're going to work every 3 minutes, which means we're going to do 5 rounds of this. All right, so our first movement is going to be 45 seconds of jogging in place. So for our jog in place, we want to make sure we're coming up off the floor. You can jog in place, you can jog around your house, but making sure that we're timing it and we're doing it for the full 45 seconds. We should be keeping a timer anyway because we'll be working every 3 minutes for the total, like I said, of 15 minutes. So we'll do a 45-second jog in place. We'll do 15 squat jumps. So for the 15 squat jumps, you are going to get into your squat position. Chest should stay nice and high. Toes are pointed forward, right? Our feet, we want them to be about hip distance apart. Knees are going to track out. We're going to come below parallel. And then that's our regular squat. Now, if we want to add a jump onto this, we're just going to come a little bit off the floor on our way up, right? So we're here. So we're getting a little bit of a lift off the floor. Now, say for any reason you're in an apartment or you have somebody living underneath you, or you don't want to make a lot of noise, you can't make a lot of noise. What you can do instead is just doing regular air squats, all right? So regular squats here without the jump, all right? But if you are able to do the jump in there, you can do the squat into the full jump. Now the movement and skill that we're gonna have last is going to be our push-ups. All right, so for the push-ups, we're gonna bring our hands down. I'm gonna show the modified version first and then our regular version. All right, so for our modified version, we're down on our knees. Our wrists should be under our shoulders. Our chest is gonna come down to the floor. Hips are coming through. And we're going to press back up. Now you can turn your hands out a little bit in this push-up. We want our elbows to come nice and close to our body when we do these. All right, and extending all the way at the top, chest coming all the way down at the bottom. Now say you want a little bit more of a challenge, you don't want to do it on your knees, you can do it this way, coming up on our toes, starting in a high plank position, chest to the floor, and press back up. All right, what we want to look out for is that when we're doing that, we're not coming down and letting this happen. All right, if we have our hips sinking down, our abs are no longer tight, and we definitely want to keep them tight while we're doing our push-ups. All right, so for this one, we're going to be doing 45 seconds of jog in place, 15 squat jumps, and then 10 push-ups. All right, I showed the modifications for each one of those. So we're gonna get started, like I said, working every 3 minutes. Any extra time after we do those 3 is just going to be rest. I'm gonna restart our clock, and then starting with the 45-second jog in 3, 2, 1. Just something to keep our heart rate up the whole time. Got about 20 seconds left here. Should be bringing our knees nice and high. That's 45. Go into our 15 squat jumps. Now that was 10. I'm gonna do my last 5 as a regular squat because I can feel the ground shaking below me a little bit. Don't wanna wake up any neighbors. And that is our squat. Really making sure that during that squat, our chest is staying nice and high, hips are coming back, knees are tracking out over our little toe. All right, and then we're keeping good posture, good form on that squat. Now I'm gonna come down and do those 10 push-ups and see if I come out of this first 3 minutes with rest. Now, even when we have our knees down, and I'm taking my minutes rest now, if we have our knees down during our push-up, make sure that still, just like I showed with push-ups from your feet, we're not letting our hips sink down, and we're keeping it nice and tight here. Hips up a little bit. That way, we're keeping our core tight, never letting it release. All right, so 30 seconds here. And then we're gonna start again from the top with our 45 seconds of jogging in place. This is a good one if you have water nearby, you can grab that. And in 3, 2, 1. Try to maintain this full 45 seconds. Try not to rest here. If we need to break up our squats at all, we can. Push-ups at all, we can. But this should stay 45 seconds unbroken. Even if our jog gets a little bit slower, at least maintaining it for the full 45 seconds. All right, now like I said, just so I don't wake up my neighbors, I'm not gonna do the jump on the squat jump, but if you are able to, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to show our air squat for these 15. See, I'm keeping my chest nice and high. You can do whatever you need to with your arms. This is just comfortable for me when I'm doing my squats. Coming down for those push-ups. Chest hitting the floor on each one, and I'm making sure I'm preventing my hips from coming far through, keeping them back. Now everyone's going to be at their own pace here, so don't worry if you're not at my pace. You may be a little bit faster, you may be a little bit slower, it's just totally fine. But you want to work hard to gain this rest here. Gain this rest, gain this time for a sip of water, and then be ready to hop back in when we hit that 6-minute mark. All right, another 15 seconds, so I'm gonna get ready to start with that 45-second jog. And in 3, 2, 1. Got another 15 seconds here. Good. All right, now I'm able to go right into my squats. Sooner I get started, more rest I get. All right, so I'm making sure right now that my toes are straight up. My hips are about hip distance apart. All right, my knees are going to track out over my toes. That is the 15. Coming down for those push-ups. Again, I'm sticking to the knees just because I know upper body strength-wise, this is going to be challenging. Just making sure those hips are coming through. And here we can rest. All right, we've got 2 more rounds, one starting at the 9-minute mark in the next 40 seconds, and then our last one starting at the 12-minute mark. So we're about halfway there, and we have 2 more sets of this left. Now you may notice as you go that you're getting less and less rest at the end because it's taking us a little bit longer to go through these movements. Just means that we're working hard. That's totally fine. All right, but still pushing to get that rest at the end. All right, I'm getting ready for my 9-minute mark. Starting in 3, 2, 1 from the top, jog in place. Really focusing on the knees driving up here in our jog. And like I said, you can move around. If you have space, you can jog around, or you can jog in place. Chest should be high, shoulders are back. And we should definitely be keeping warm, keeping our heart rate up. And that's 45 seconds. Now I'm going to show you guys my next set of squats from the side so you can see how flat my back is staying here. And that's because my chest is nice and high. All right, coming down for the push-ups. All right, and because I kept at a little bit of a faster pace this time, I've earned a little bit more rest on this round. All right, so I'm gonna take a breather, 1 minute, and then going into the last round, which will end us at the 15-minute mark. Sometimes, especially on a rest, I like to take some deep breaths. Getting as much airflow as possible. I'm getting very excited for that last round. Getting to really excited to push myself here and finish this workout off really strong. Again, even though it's the last round, once you finish those 3 movements, your workout is done. Any remaining time would have just been a rest, but since it's the last one, we don't have to worry about that. Up with the jog in 3, 2, 1. 45-second jog in place. Finish it out here. Remember, knees are high. Last 15 seconds. And into our squats. Coming down to do those 10 push-ups. Last time. I finished it out. There's a little bit of time left, but we're just gonna use this as our extra rest at the end. All right, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Once you finish up, you are done. All right, and I will see you in the next workout.